Alright folks, just sit right back and you're going to hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from a tropic port aboard a tiny ship. You know, the mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. Anybody who's ever sat in front of a television set knows those words. Alright, Gilligan's Island, the most rerun show in television history. One of my all-time favorites and a great subject for Collector's World, a video series that I do about all the collectibles you can get on all types of different subjects. So hey, if you're watching this right now, that means you've, as the t-shirt says, have seen me on YouTube. So do me a big, big favor and press that subscribe button right above, I think it's right about there. Yeah, hit that subscribe button and check out all the videos I have up on my YouTube channel. You're probably going to find something you'll like. But let's talk about Gilligan's Island today. Very, very cool show in my humble opinion, with a lot of cool collectibles, and let's get right into it. Gilligan's Island, trading cards, my favorite. One of my all-time favorite collectibles of any sort are trading cards. And with Gilligan's Island, you can get it in a fancy collector's album, and of course that is the wrapper that they came in. But Gilligan's Island, you know, they had trading cards, of course, back in the 60s when the show came out. But they put out a fantastic set, within the last 10 years or so, maybe 15 years or whatever, with fantastic artwork, fantastic photographs from the show. You know, it was a great, great set. And particularly, I'm going to go through this part again, because I love the first few cards are the famous opening credits of Gilligan's Island that we have heard and seen so many times. We can probably do it, and in the case of me, do it in our sleep. Any fan of Gilligan's Island has to have the collectible Gilligan hat. Right? Gilligan's famous white hat that he wore. Now, is that not a cool collectible? Or what? In fact, you might almost say that the hat, which technically I should be wearing right now, is probably single-handedly the reason that us collectors get into the business. You know, it's cool collectibles like that. There were Gilligan t-shirts. Gilligan's Island t-shirts. There were Gilligan's Island caps. Now this is pretty cool. Gilligan's Island caps. Now check this one out. Everybody knows the skipper. You know, actually, we probably all know the characters from the show as well as we know our own family members, right? The skipper, the professor. Now, were you more a Ginger or a Marianne fan? Which one, right? A debate that's been going on for centuries. Right, the Howls, of course. But look at this. This is a skipper cap. Gilligan's Island logo on the side. And the actual... Look at that. A great collectible. That took a lot of work to get the back of that hat open, didn't it? What else we got? Let's talk about the actual episodes from the show, because for many years the only official release of the series, to my knowledge, was Columbia House. Right, Columbia House Video. Remember Video? Way, way, way back in the Stone Ages. Well, the TV series was recently released to DVD, and a great package it is. 3 seasons of Gilligan's Island. Of course, the first complete season. Pretty cool features on these. You know, a lot of us collectors judge the worth of a DVD series by the features, and not bad. Not bad at all for Gilligan's Island. Season 2, of course. The show was in color from the second season on, second and third season. First season, it was in black and white. And, of course, the third season of Gilligan's Island. A great wrap-up. Do you have a favorite? My favorite was probably the third season. Well, I love them all. How can you pick? Do you have a favorite episode? My favorite episode, probably the Hamlet episode, right? With Harold Hecuba, played by Phil Silvers, who played Sergeant Bilko, another subject of Collector's World. And let's talk about some books. There were some pretty cool books on Gilligan's Island. This is a book right from the day, right from the 60s. Gilligan's Island. And it is the authorized edition. Pretty cool. Pictures, of course, are drawn, but it's a pretty cool story. Now, some other books on Gilligan's Island. As the years went on, you could get some pretty cool books, and basically, what were these books? Well, they were everything you wanted to know about the castaways and Gilligan's Island. Great photographs, great episode guides, great interviews, great everything as part of these books. The unofficial Gilligan's Island Handbook. And I'll tell you, this is probably the book right have. The book to have. Probably the Bible of Gilligan's Island. A lot of the cast members put out their own books, right? Marianne had a cookbook. The Professor, that's Russell Johnson, had his book here on Gilligan's Isle. The Professor's behind-the-scenes guide to everything you want to know about Gilligan's Island. Again, great book, great story about the life and career of Russell Johnson. And, of course, you got to have the book written by Gilligan himself, Bob Denver, Gilligan, Maynard, and me. And it's a fantastic book, of course. Great photographs. Alright, so there's more than one Bible of Gilligan's Island, right? And that's, of course, the books. Several great books, several great items, great collectibles. If you're a fan of Gilligan's Island, and I have yet to meet someone who isn't, there is a ton of stuff out there that'll put a smile on any collector's face. Gilligan's Island. Should we wrap it up by singing the theme song again? Well, I'll tell you what. Go watch the episodes. Thank goodness for DVD, right? Gilligan's Island forever.